everyone. Welcome back to Café con Fuego. This is our episode 5, and I'm so excited because today we have our very first guest. Briana Kane is in the house.
Hi,
and
how are you?
Of course, my lovely co-host,
Karolina Dion. Guys, how are you?
So I think you guys have heard a lot about our story. And so we wanted to take a moment to, shed some light on some of the other girls in the community and honestly just give people the floor to talk about their experience, their personal views with some of the topics that we have already talked about. And we actually met through Karolina, right? Didn't you?
Yes. So me and Briana, definitely we go way back, when we both started our drag around the same time. So all the way back from to the Waterloo days, Briana. Yeah.
Waterloo.
Yeah, this was what Nathan's down here in Miami. It used to be Waterloo, and it was owned by Ahmed and Tony Farrell. They're really big
a nightclub. This is a nightclub.
Yeah, it was a nightclub. Yeah, so that's where we met. Yeah.
Okay, period. So when I first met you, I met you at Supernatural.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like this happens a lot. Sometimes I meet the girls in other places. We might have maybe seen each other somewhere else. I don't remember, but I think we actually connected that day.
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't even know you were trans. Or are you? That's what we want to find out today.
That's what we find
out, right?
Yeah,
that was cute.
Carolina told me, she's like, oh, that's, she's one of the girls. She's like, I was like,
yeah.
Really?
I mean, the same thing happened to me when I first met her, at Twist. I thought she was just I guess, I don't know if that's a curse word, but FAG, hag. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's what the girls say.
Yes, I thought I was she's the Frenchy Lords of our generation.
I love it. Okay, yes. So let's have Briana give us some insight. Who is Briana?
Right.
What's the tea?
So I am Briana Kane, and I also do drag, and I go by Briana Bawdy. I started transitioning when I was probably graduating from high school because I wasn't really comfortable in my own skin during high school. I was very, like Carolina said on the previous episode, she was very popular in high school. She didn't really have to, worry too much about being bullied that much, or, she fit in, everybody respected her. That kind of was the same story for me. In high school, I was just the gay kid in high school, knew all the girls, hung out with all the girls, knew all the gossip, knew all the tea about the boys. So the boys didn't mess with me because they knew that I would be like, girl, don't mess with me or I'm going to spill the tea. Yeah. And then, so I just was very comfortable in that aspect. But I always knew inside that I was trans or that I was a woman. Yeah. Even in middle school, when I would be in the locker rooms, the boys would be like, you're not supposed to be in here. You're supposed to be in the girls' locker room. And I'm like, surprise, surprise. Not,
surprise.
Right. Not.
You might work, Blanche.
Not the tea, mama, but
Hello.
but at the same time, sorry, I'm being sick, but
me too, girl. You're good.
We have water here for you.
Right. Just I was always different. I was always feminine. Even if I dressed in cargo pants and a polo shirt and very butchy, I'd be called Miss and she and her, and it just felt normal. It didn't freak me out. I wasn't what do you mean? I'm a she. I was always very in touch with my feminine side, but I didn't really start expressing it until after high school.
Okay.
So that was in that. After high school, I just started dressing more feminine. I grew my hair out. I dyed it. I started wearing nails. Just little things like that. Just recently, 3 months ago, I started hormones. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very, very new.
So, in high school, when you say that you started transitioning, you started to explore. Just dressing, but not medically.
Right.
This was something recent. How long ago? How old are you now?
I'm 29, so I'm about to be 30 in May.
Period.
So I just started taking hormones 3 months ago. Estradiol, the pill. My doctor, he told me that he wanted me to start off with the pill and then you can go into injections because they're more
That's usually how that
intense.
goes.
Yeah, so very, very new to medically transitioning. I never had a surgery. I never had laser hair removal. I've just always been like naturally very feminine, which I'm blessed about.
So you've been able to pass.
Oh yeah,
This whole this whole time.
This whole time, like
Wow.
I could walk into a straight bar, and I'm getting hit on by the straight guys, and by the girls, and by everybody, and it's just like, all right, like you're a woman, and I'm like, thank you, but like, you know, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you always need to disclose, but
Right.
Brie, like, obviously, like, you and I have had these conversations, like, when it's just you and me, like, it just goes to show, I feel like, the spectrum of what trans is. Like, this is, like, a perfect example, which is why, like, me and Carmen, like, really wanted to, like, showcase your story was because you don't always, like, people have this misconception that you need to have all of these surgeries or be on hormones or all of these things, like, in order to pass or to be trans. And here you are, you're a living example of like, that you don't. Like, I'm telling you, like, girl, when I met her mother, like, I did not know. Like,
Same.
I was gooped. I was like,
Right.
wait, you were a man this whole time?
Yeah. And it's funny. Like,
Not a man.
Yes, you were. I'm like, yes, Tranazoid. You were.
it was
yes,
it was funny
sister.
because my other friend Ronald.
That was a joke. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. And Ronald, girl, you know we go back like.
Right. So we were at Space
Yes.
and I had like chugged a water bottle full of vodka because I was not gonna pay those ridiculous prices.
Yeah,
for a
you were
drink.
the pregame
So
queen.
like whatever. So I was like, I had to pee really really bad, and I'm like in full drag, like full geesh, whatever, and.
I remember this.
Right, and I go behind a car, and I just whip it out and start peeing, and that's when all my friends found out that I was trans.
Oh my.
Yes.
They always
Ronald
thought that I
told
was
me
a
that
girl.
story. Yes.
Like it was just like I whipped it out.
That's how I found out because he told
right,
me.
and then I was like, and they were like, "Oh, so okay,
Oh, you're one
all
of the
right,
girls.
cool, right, all right, all right."
Body, yes.
So how did you go from, being the gay kid in high school and, stepping into, finding your identity as a woman to having the type of confidence to do something like that? Like, what was your journey, I guess, of affirming to yourself that it's time?
Right. So I came out to my parents in middle school as bisexual because I've always had an attraction to women.
Oh.
But not in a sexual way, like in an emotional way. Like I feel like I could marry a woman, have kids with a woman, have a life with a woman, but I wouldn't be sexually attracted to her. And then for men, I was very sexually attracted to men, but also emotionally attracted to men as well.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, so I'm bisexual, I guess. Like I could date a girl, like boots.
Yeah.
Like I could date a girl, I can make a life with a girl. Like I can see that for me. But then, like obviously, I love men. Like they're everything about a man and all their parts and all that stuff turns me on sexually, and I'm emotionally attracted to men as well.
Body, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is a conversation that you and I have had, like in private, that I definitely do want to try to highlight. I'm definitely the more controversial queen with the questions. So,
Yeah.
like, I find, like, aside from, I've always told you, baby, you are the most possible amongst us.
Yeah.
Like, I live for you, girl. I really do.
So
like, conversations that we've had when it comes down to dating and stuff, like, I have always, like, you, for me, and I mean this with so much love, are, like, the personification of so many categories, like, on the hub. Like,
right.
you and I have had this conversation, like, where
Yes.
it's, like, I feel like we're already very fetishized as trans women, but then on top of that, like, you're BBW too. So it's like, you're not just chased by like for lack, I mean, I say this with admiration, like, you're not just chased by like chubby chasers, but like the T-girl chasers too. So it's like, how is dating navigating, like, how do you navigate dating with all of that? Because like,
Right.
as possible as you are, like, there are still men that like, they'll go for it because of how possible you are.
Yeah.
And like, there's so many things about you that make you attractive.
Right.
So how is dating like for you? I'm curious.
So I'm gonna finish answering Carmen's question, then I'll go to that. So you asked me how I
like your journey, like
how I
how'd
came
you go,
into my womanhood.
So you started off.
So I started off as bisexual.
Uh-huh.
Came out to my parents; they were very accepting about it. Then I started going to high school, and I started being more sexual with men and our boys. I guess at the time they were boys. The football team people, like Carolina said, like the football team people, like I would hook up with the football players in the locker rooms, and then rumors started, and like a quick little thingy do in the locker room, and then it turned into something, and then it turned into I really like you, but I can't come out, like nobody would ever accept me, and it was like, so I was like, okay, I'm gay, like girls, F the girls, like I want to be, we can edit that out, I want to be like with men. So then I was like, okay, I'm gay. And then I was like, well, in the back of my head I was like, no, like I just still feel like not like, I guess satisfied, or like not like, I just felt like there was something like still like off about it. So then I was like, well, maybe I'm trans. So then I started after I graduated senior year, I started buying girl clothes, wearing makeup, practicing with makeup, doing growing my hair out, dyeing my hair, wearing nails, and the attention that I was getting from the world or from everybody out in the open was just like they didn't think anything of it. Like it was just like, oh, like this is like natural. Like I'm supposed to do this, like I'm a woman, like, and like I told you, like even when I was like in middle school, like you're not supposed to be in the boys locker room, like why are you in the boys locker room, and like it just felt like, oh, okay, like this is who I am, like I'm Briana, like I'm not Brian, which is my dead name. I'm not Brian, I'm Briana, and that's like who I like became terms with, and now I'm like a strong trans woman, and like nobody can ever take that away from me. So
totally.
Yeah. And then now back to Carolina's question. Dating in Miami is a whole thing. Is a whole thing in itself. Then you throw on being trans. Then you throw on being plus size. Then you throw on all these other fetishizing things, and it's so hard. It's very demeaning. It's very what's the word, like belittling, because like I'm a person, like I'm not just I'm not like you just like me for my vessel, you don't like me for who. I've never had a boyfriend. I've had a boyfriend in high school, but like I said, it was like I can't be open, I can't, so it was like a DL thing, so it was still like being fetishized or still being a secret or DL. Like I don't want that. Like I want somebody to hold my hand in public and like acknowledge me for who I am as a person, and not just, oh, because you're trans, or oh, because you're plus size, I like that. Like that's what I want. Like I'm a human being, like I'm a person. Exactly, baby. And it's really, really hard, especially in Miami. And I just feel like everybody's like, well, you're just looking in the wrong places. You're on the Grindr, you're on Tinder, you're on this, you're on that, you're on Hinge, and you're on all these dating apps, and you're not gonna find somebody unless you like go out and like, it's like, no, mama, I tried going out to the bars and trying to meet men like that, and it's hard because then I'm attracted to straight men, and then a lot of straight men are gonna freak out when I tell them that I'm trans, or have freaked out when I told them that I'm trans.
They don't expect it.
Because they don't expect it.
Yeah.
So it's like, by the way, I'm trans. I'm pre-op. I'm not post-op. Like, whatever. What, like, are you? And then some of them will be like, oh, like, that's, like, kinky. Like, or, like, oh, like, ooh, that's interesting. Like, I never had that before. Like, I'm willing to try it. Yeah. But then they try it. Sorry, I'm just getting over this cold.
Good, baby, take a break.
And then, so they try it, and then they like it, but then it just becomes like a fetish. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or...
I mean, I have to agree with you. Like, dating in Miami is definitely hard. Like, I am in a relationship now, but the first year that I lived here, I got to experience some of that. And, like, you know, it's just the city is very competitive. You know, a lot of people come here on vacation, and so they're only here for a short time. So the women that do live here, they're all competing for that guy's attention that's only going to be here for a weekend.
Right.
And the girls need to get their rent paid, honey. And this is the type of, you know, transactional city that we live in. It's like, okay, I'm going to kiki with you at your table, but you're going to pay my rent for this month, and you're going to take me shopping before you go.
Right.
That's how it is. And so the beauty standards and the pressure to look a certain way and also have to compete, you know, adds to it as well. So I totally get it.
Yeah. So it's like, what, like you said, like it's very transactional. Like that was all fine and dandy when I was 21, 22, 23. I'm about to be 30 years old. I want to slow down. I don't want to roop, 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 roop. And okay, like here, boom, boom. Like the other day, I haven't had done anything sexual for like 4 months. And I was like really, really feeling like, you know, hot
heat,
that night. I was in heat.
Yeah.
And girl, this guy comes over, does his thing, 5 minutes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm done." And I'm like, all right.
What?
Like, yeah, like 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes, boom, boom, boom. He busted his little thing, and he was like, "Oh, I'm done." And I'm like, "Well, what about me?" Or like, can we wait and talk and then go again? He was like, "No, I'm good. Like, I gotta go." And I was like,
ew.
And it's super gross, super disgusting. I felt so dirty after it. I was like, maybe it's a sign that I should just be celibate for a little bit, like, and just like not try to rush into having sexual relations with anybody, and just maybe try to get to know them first.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's weird because, like, everybody that I'm not sexually attracted to is attracted to me.
Huh.
And then the people that I'm attracted to, like emotionally, they're not attracted to me.
Can I ask you a question?
So it's like a conundrum.
I'm asking this with, I want to lean in with curiosity and empathy. But aside from everything you said, definitely I take it in it. It's valid. Now, my question for you is, where do you think you can take accountability in your own suffering? Because like you just said, I just want to like rewind it back a little bit to a point that you just made, where the people that are actually emotionally attracted to you, you're not looking in their direction. So where in your psyche can you work on to actually be able to take accountability in your own suffering? Because if you keep perpetually putting yourself in the same loop, then you're only going to keep attracting the same type of partner. So like, where do you think maybe like it can change? Like, do you feel like it could be like in your appearance, in your personality, and like healing maybe some of the trauma that is like keeping you attracted to that type of person?
Right. Well, the thing is that I have to be sexually attracted to you to even consider about dating you. Like, if I'm not sexually attracted to you, like that's it's not everything, but it's very important. Like, if I don't find you physically attractive, like, I'm not going to give you the time of day. And then, like, people who are attracted to me, who want to be like, I want to marry you, or I want to be in a relationship with you, or I want to, you know, treat you good. I'm not sexually attracted to them, to be honest. And I'm not the kind of person that could just date somebody for money or date somebody for just their personality alone. And maybe that's a little shallow on my end, but like, I want to find the perfect guy, which I know they're out there somewhere, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer that question. Like, I guess I do have to take accountability, like, in some way, but like, physical attraction and sexual attraction is very important in wanting to date somebody. Like, if like, I can't just date some 50-year-old guy just because he has money and like he's gonna take care of me. Like, yes, financial stability is really important as well, but like, I can't just use somebody for their money, like, just because, like, you know,
that's admirable. I appreciate that.
So like there's girls out there that they're not attracted to their husbands, or they're not attracted to their boyfriends. They're just with them because, oh, I'm gonna buy you a Louis Vuitton. I'm gonna buy you these really gorgeous shoes, and I want to treat you right and wine and dine you. Girl, good for you, but I will feel bad after a certain point, and then I would just be like, no, I can't.
No, I totally get that. And honestly, dating for me, you know, I've dated all kinds of guys, and I have dated men where like, you know, I got to a point where I gave people a chance that I wasn't sexually attracted to. Right. And, you know, it was nice to have the companionship. I think sometimes you have to be willing to just experience a different type, like, because we get so locked in our head, especially us trans women, because we have some specific vision about what our transition is going to look like and what our future is going to look like. And we work every single day to achieve those goals, right? So then when it comes to like an ideal partner, it's like we just want to stick to what we think we want, you know, and that's fine. But also you have to like live your life a little bit. Right. And so like it took me, I was like 35, I want to say, like when I started to be like, all right, you know what, this guy is a great guy and he does offer me companionship and he can show me stability in a different kind of way that doesn't have to be so like dependent, you know, because I was always the kind of person that like I was so into my partner that it grew into dependency and my whole world revolved around that person. And I felt like I had to learn a lesson about appreciation and about letting a guy show me what it is to be loved without that dependency. And so as an adult, like I allowed myself to date guys that I normally wouldn't go for. And what it actually helped teach me was, you know, to curate my character and not just be all in to someone on a sexual level. You know, I can actually like make friends and like let a guy love you a little bit. It doesn't mean you have to sign your whole life away, your whole future away, but like let someone do it in a way that it can teach you how to navigate that. Because then when you do get the guy that you really want, and now you're all a mess from like all the stuff you've been through in the past, you might lose that person because you didn't develop the skills that, you know, that you needed. You know what I mean?
I never thought about it that way. It's very true.
Can I add something to what you just said? I definitely like I agree with you because I used to be kind of like that. Like I mean, I've been very vocal on like on our show like about like kind of like past experiences that I've had. I was that girl, too. So like the reason why I asked you that question, it's more so because like I feel like we need to take accountability for our own decisions and for our lives. You know what I'm saying? I feel like oftentimes like I've seen like trans girls that just even women like as by and large like we kind of just wait for like our lives to unfold in front of us instead of actually taking the reins of it and like going at it with like full throttle and like actually making like conscious decisions as to what you want for your life. So like for me, like I like before like I dive into like all of like the red pill statistics of it, like going back to like Carmen's point, like 80% of women are gunning for the top 20% of men. So we need to be conscious and aware of the fact that like we are in competition, not just with other trans women, but with cis women, or sometimes even with like, dare I say it, with other little like femme gay boys or like people that identify as non-binary, because a lot of these men, their sexuality is a spectrum. We've already established that. But for me, like the point I want to drive in is there gets to a certain point where we need to ask ourselves as women, would the guy that I want me right now in the state of where I'm at? So it's kind of like, we need to ask ourselves, like, okay, like, this is the type of guy that I want. So, like, you need to ask yourself, okay, where can I show up better in order to be able to sustain that and be able to be able to receive that type of man into your life and be able to hold space for that blessing? Because I feel like a lot of times, like, I'm not saying that we're not worthy, that we're not, like, deserving. Obviously we are. We're children of God. We're deserving and worthy of everything that we want, but we just might not be ready. So it's ready. Like one of those things where like that's where I was trying to get at with the question, like to kind of like probe your psyche a little bit and get you to see like that there's like so much.
It would be nice to find like a guy to date, because like I told you, like I've never dated before. I've never been in a serious relationship. It's always just been sexual, very one night stand kind of a stuff, or if it's not a one night stand, it'd be an ongoing thing, but it never turned into anything just other than just sex. So it was like, am I ready? I am totally not ready to receive that. Like to receive that man. I have so many things that I want to do in my life still, and that I need to figure out in my own personal life, that like I would not even want to bring anybody into my life right now to even like, yeah, it would be nice to have somebody to help you go through that together. But I feel like there's just a few more things that I need to figure out, like, myself before I could bring another person and into my life.
Is that connected to your transition?
Transition, my personal life, my living situation, you know, a lot of stuff. It revolves around a lot of stuff. Like, I need to figure out, like, definitely, like, more so, like, my transition as well. Like, I want to, like, get some surgeries for sure. Like, I wanted, so back in 2000 and when I was 18, so do the math, I'm 29 now, 18, I guess that's like 11, 12 years, something like that. I got the gastric sleeve surgery and I lost a lot of weight. And I kept overeating and stretching out my stomach back out because when I was looking in the mirror and I was looking at myself and I said, oh no, I'm going to lose my teeth. I'm going to lose my curves. So subconsciously, I kept overeating because I was like, I need to be big. I need to be voluptuous because women are voluptuous. Women are curvy. Women are big. If I lose all that weight, I'm going to have saggy skin. I'm going to not have my ass. I'm not going to have my tits. So then I overate and now I'm back to where I was before, even a little bit bigger now. And I definitely want to get the revision surgery because that is totally false. Like, I could be healthy and slimmer and skinnier and still look feminine and still be feminine. That's not true now. Now I know that, but back when I just had gotten out of high school, I was not in the right state of mind to maybe go through that big surgery. Now I think I'm ready, so I definitely want to get the revision surgery, and then I want to, like, you know, get this, after I lose the weight, I want to get the skin, and then I want to probably get boobs and maybe like a little BBL, like, you know, things that I want to do, like, just to make sure that I'm, like, you know, like, on the right track in my vision where I want to be with my transition. Because like you say all the time in the podcast, everybody's transition is different. Yeah. Everybody's journey 100%. Is different. So in my mind, I want to be, like, not where I'm at right now. Where I'm at right now is okay, but it could be better. Because it's hard. I have bad knees. I have a bad back. I have, you know, believe it or not, I'm not pre-diabetic, or I'm not, like, I just got my blood work done and I'm very, very healthy. Thank God, you know. But, like, my knees and my back and finding clothing that looks good on me and, you know, all these things go into being overweight and being plus size. And I just want to lose weight. I want to lose like 150 pounds. And I feel like if I get the revisions, I try to do it by myself, by, like, eating healthy and going to the gym, and, like, it's just not enough, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't have that willpower, I guess. So, like, the revision surgery is definitely something that I'm setting my goal on as, like, that's, like, my, like, immediate goal. Like, I want to go, like, I have a consultation next week with a weight loss surgeon. We're gonna talk about, like, insurance options and, like, where, like, what we can do, because if you think about it, I still have all that. I still have the parts inside of me. I don't know what they look like. God forbid, I don't even want to know what they look like. But in retrospect, they would just go back in and they would just close the sleeve back up, and then my stomach will be 4 ounces and not, like, 20 ounces, whatever it is now, like, you know, mama can eat. Yeah. But, you know, and I like to eat, but, like, you know, I like to eat, but, like, I have a really, really bad relationship with food. Yeah. I what's the saying? I live to eat. I live to eat. I don't eat to live. And when I'm happy, I eat. When I'm sad, I eat. When I'm depressed, I eat. When I win an award at work, or if I get a raise, we're going out to eat. We're gonna go out and celebrate. Like, I just don't have a healthy relationship with food. And I've never, ever had a healthy relationship with food. But now we're going a little bit off topic. No, but we want you to we want to get to know you. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just, I definitely want to be healthier. It's not because I want to be skinny and want to fit in with, like, the norm of society. I just want to do it for me and to be healthy. So that's definitely like my like first thing I want to do. Then everything else can like fall into place and like
Totally.
all that all that stuff.
Question, Bawdy?
Yeah.
So, all right. You and I have had like multiple like conversations. Like obviously, I mean, we've been friends for many years.
Yes.
But how did your parents how did your parents and your sister take you coming out as trans? Like, I'm curious about that.
So when I came out as trans, I was like in college. Well, so out of high school, I started dressing more feminine, and they noticed it, and they didn't really say anything because like I came out as gay. Like they accepted me as me being gay, and they didn't have an issue with it. My stepdad, my mom, my sister, my mom was like, I always knew. Like my mother always knows.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I knew. Like since you were little, like the way you act, the way you were, like I knew. And I was like, okay, cool. So coming out as gay was like easy peasy. Like it was a weight off my shoulder. Then I was like, oh God, now I have to come out as trans. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna say it? Like, what's the right time? So there's never a right time. That's the answer to the question. Is there ever a right time? There's never really a right time. It's just you need to kind of like read the room and like just like say it. Like, hey guys, like I'm trans, or hey I'm gay, or hey I'm bi, or to all the little kids out there, all the little people, all the little not little people, but all like the younger people watching this. I didn't mean little people. No, all the younger people watching this. Like, is there ever a right time to come out? No, but like when you'll know, like you'll just know like when it's the right time. So we were having dinner. Because we always have like a dinner like every like weekend or whatever. We try to like have like a day that we all come and we have dinner at my parents' house. So we were having dinner, and I was just like, hey guys, like, so like I knew I told you I was gay, but like actually like I'm straight. And they were like, what do you mean? Like, well, I was like, well, I'm a trans woman, so like, and I like men, so like I'm coming to you out as a trans woman who is like a heterosexual trans woman. Like, yeah. I want to live my life as a woman. Like, I want to wear the clothes that I want to wear to express myself how I feel inside. Like, this is not something that I've just felt like I woke up and I was like, oh, I want to be a woman today. Mm-hmm. I always felt that inside of me. Mm-hmm. And like, what do you guys think about that? And they were like, oh, okay. Like, they were like very curious. They were asking a lot of questions. Do you want to get the surgery? Do you want to get like this surgery? And like, what does that mean? And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, this is new to me too. Like being like coming out to you, like, yes, I've always been inside, like, as a trans woman, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer your questions yet. So now the relationship that we have, like, yes, like, I told them, like, I definitely want to eventually get bottom surgery. I eventually want to get, my boobs done, and I want to be, maybe FFS if I need it. And, like, I explained to them everything, and my stepdad's like, oh, like, let me know. Like, I'll help you pay for it. Like, I have a very good relationship with my parents. I wasn't shunned. Now, my mom does still call me Brian. And she sometimes, and
it slips, yeah.
It slips, yeah. And she's like, I gave birth to you. And my sister, I gave birth to you. That's the name I gave you. It's gonna be hard, but I'm like, Mom, please, like, especially when we're in public, like, I'm like, Mom, it's Briana. Like, please, just she, not he. Like, it's she, her, Briana. In public. Like, if we're at the house and she calls me Brian, I'd be like, Mom, like, come on, like, it's Briana. But, like, I won't,
yeah, you'll
like,
show
be
her
like,
some
shame
grace.
On you,
yeah.
Like, I won't, like, shame her. But, like, I'll be like, come on, like, and then my stepdad, too, and my sister, too, like, they'll still call me Brian once in a while. My sister is a lot better with it, but when she's mad at me, she's like, Brian, and I'm like, you like, you be, like, like, right. Sorry, I can't forget.
No, you're good, girl. But it's like,
good.
Be yourself,
But
Mama.
it's like, it's like, don't do that. Like, she does that because she's upset at me and she wants to get me upset. So she'll like be like, oh, and I'm like, that's not funny. Like, it's like, and then once I get my name changed, I'm gonna be like, look, guys, like, you have to call me Brianna because I don't know who Brian is anymore.
I think it'll change at that point, because that's what happened for me. Like, once I changed all my documentation, my ID and everything, like, I had my family be a part of that too. Yeah. And that honestly, like, brought them a lot of peace. Like, I remember, like, having my mom come with me to, you know, get my new driver's license and like all that stuff. And like, it kind of like, you know, it sets it in stone
right.
for them, you know, and then they're excited with you.
Right.
Versus like doing it all on your own and just like pushing this change on them. Like, bring them into it, you know, like make it like a fun thing.
No, yeah, for Definitely. Sure. I'm doing the name change to Trans Social.
Okay.
It's this really amazing nonprofit. They are great. Ashley, Bo, all the people in Trans Social. Love you guys. They're this really, really, really amazing nonprofit organization and based in they're in Fort Lauderdale. They're like in this area. They've helped me with my name change. They helped me find my doctor that I'm getting my hormones from, and now he specializes in trans patients. So I found him through that. They're paying for my insurance premium. They took that over. They do a lot of great things. They paid for my name change. The 3 times I went through it, they waived it. They did like a waiver thing. So if you are a young trans person in the Miami/Fort Lauderdale area and you are looking for a resource or just to ask questions and to find more out about how you can see a doctor or get your name changed, Trans Social, just look them up. They're on social media. They're amazing, and I appreciate them a lot.
Yeah, they're great. I know the people over there.
I got my hormones there too.
Yeah, they're really awesome. I have another question. Are you a trans for Trump kind of gal? What's your stance on what's happening nowadays? How do you feel?
I'm disgusted by it. You know, like that woman that you always talk about that like that like makes us seem like we're like
that's like our number one goal.
Like we make us look like we're disgusting human beings. We are human beings. We live on this earth. We breathe air just like y'all. Just because we identify, like you were saying, like gender identity and sex, 2 different things.
Oh,
like, male, female, yes. That we understand that. We get that. Yeah. Like, yes, male, female. But gender identity is a whole spectrum, and you can't just be like, you are male or you're a female. That's not true. And there's science behind that, like you were saying. I am not trans for Trump. I'm not any. I don't agree with any of his anything that he stands for. What he's doing, trying to erase the trans community, is absolutely disgusting. And like, there's really nothing, like, we can do something about it. Like, we can speak our minds and stand up for our community, but there's only so much that we can do. You know, like, at the end of the day, like, he has so much power, and, like, it's disgusting to give that, like, the king. You're no king of mine. I'm just going to say that. Like, you're not my king. You never will be my king. I was very devastated when Kamala didn't get into office. One, because I always thought there should be a woman, and I always would love to see a woman president. Me too. I've always wanted from Hillary. I voted for Hillary. I was devastated when she didn't get it. Obama was great though, and when Obama was in office, like life was just better. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Like, it just was. Now my parents are Trumpies.
Really?
And that's where we always get into arguments about.
Wow.
And some of my friends are Trumpies. And one of my friends, I'm not going to say their name, obviously, but they, I started posting about Trump is gonna, like, I'm really scared, like, Trump is gonna take away, like, a lot of rights and a lot of things from, like, trans individuals, and, like, it's scary, like, it's a scary time. And then he goes, oh, you're a clown if you vote for Kamala, and what is Trump gonna do, and why is everybody saying this? Like, I don't know what everybody's talking about. I'm like, honey, do you go on the internet. Like, I sent him literally 3 different resources, like, and like official, like not like .com, like .org, like, here you go. This is what Trump's planning to do, and this is what Trump's going to do. Silence. He couldn't say anything to me, and I was just like, and now when we see each other in person, I'm just like, I love you because we're friends, but like, don't ever, ever, ever talk about politics in front of me because I don't agree with you. And like, that's also a really personal, picky topic. Politics, religion, all that stuff is kind of like very things that you don't really talk about unless you're like really close to somebody, you know, or like comfortable enough with that person.
How do you personally as a trans person or even in your family, like, where does religion fall into play?
So, I was raised Christian. I went to church. I went to CCC. You know, all that stuff. I was always the girl to be like, well, like, if there was nothing before God or before Jesus or whatever, how did he come about? Like, if there was nothing, imagine just black. Mm-hmm. Just nothing. You're just nothing. How did his energy even become? Yeah, how did he even become? Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, like, you know, it has to do with faith and it has to do with that. I'm not saying that I don't believe in it, but like, I just had too many questions. So now I'm more spiritual. I'm not really religious. Like, I don't go to church anymore. And maybe that has a lot to do with like things. Maybe like maybe if I do go to church, maybe it will, I don't know, help me or something. But I've always thought about it like maybe I should just go to church today and like.
You should
see like how it feels and like see if I feel any different or
like learn.
It. Yeah. Like, I'm always open to learning about it.
We can go together, baby. There's one that I go to that's by my house. That is like it's non-denominational. And they have very much like different they have different like the sermons, they're very, and the crowd is like very much people like our age, like, all right. You know what I'm saying, like, so it's less intimidating. I think like when we think of church,
that's intimidation.
We're thinking of like the boomers, like that generation, or like, oh,
shame on you, you're trans, or like, oh, you're gonna go to hell.
That I go to is like very like the energy's like very accepting. And it's very like it's a younger crowd, so like you kind of get it. It's more diverse, you know. I would definitely.
Now I did go because I had a babysitter. Her name was Miss Rhonda, and she was this fabulous African American woman, and she had taken me to this African American church. And girl, they be getting down, mama. They were like with the fans and la la la. And I was like,
I love that.
Yeah.
For the Baptist? Do you think was it Baptist?
I don't know. I have no idea, but it was the best church experience I've ever had. She's like, this old woman. She goes, honey, can you fan me? Like, she was really getting into it. They were feeling it. They were driving. They were dancing. It was fun. Like, they make it like, yes, they're talking about like their faith and their religion, but like, it was fun. Like, that was amazing memory. I'll never forget it. So like, thank you, Miss Rhonda. Shout out to you if you're probably not watching this, but
I think you should explore like this. For me, I just took the time to learn about things. Like, I always just believed as a kid, you know, what was dictated to me. I grew up Catholic, and so I guess I just love the magical feeling of like the ethereal or like of the non-physical, like just knowing that there's something like greater than me that exists. And like, I was always that kid that like, you know, learned about the occult, learned about everything, all sides of where humanity puts their faith. You know, like some people just put faith in science and that's it. Some people put faith in lighting candles or blowing cinnamon into their house. Like, you know, it's like these little things, like those quirks. I love them. I love learning about them. So maybe, you know, you should take the time to explore it. Like now I feel like I'm full body Christian. Like that's really like where I'm at right now because it resonates with my experience so far. And that's what works for me. So, you know, maybe just like explore it.
I should.
Yeah, just learn.
And I'm really open to it too. Like I'm not like, oh, like I'm never going to go to church or I'll never, I don't believe in God or I don't believe in Jesus or it's not like that. Like I said, I was brought up as a Christian. So like, I do have those beliefs in me still. I just, like I said, like I just had a lot of questions and like a lot of like, well, like if this happened, then why did this happen, and why did this happen, and
I love it.
you know, like I was always
good.
very curious. So like,
It's a good thing.
you know, like, do I identify as religious right now this minute? No, but I'm definitely open to, like, I would definitely go to.
Yeah, I'm serious. We can go.
Yeah,
Like they
sure.
have, like I go. I'm actually like I got the information like really like as of recently. I was gonna start going like this Sunday. So they have like 2 masses. They have one like at 12:30 on Sunday, and then they have another one at night, which is like the one that I want to go to because it's a lot. It's more
right.
like yeah, that's the crowd that I'm talking about at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I definitely have a Sunday night off of work, then I will definitely be
Cool.
interested.
So I want to ask you like this last question, girly, and like, you know, definitely. So what do you like? Where do you see your life after like transition? Like outside of your transition, like where do you see your life heading? Like what's the ideal?
Right. So I love and I hate that question because it's like you can't really tell what the future is gonna. I can't really tell what the future is gonna hold for me. But what I would like to happen is, well, right now I'm a manager at a restaurant for a hospitality company that owns you know, multiple restaurants, and they're very trans friendly. I haven't had an issue. Everybody that I work with is very understanding, very open. And some people I haven't even told yet. So like that I'm trans, and they never probably would think that I am trans.
Shouldn't even matter anyway.
It shouldn't matter.
You're there to do a job, baby. That's
Right.
nothing.
So I'm
what's
a
going on
manager
over
right
here
now.
has nothing to do with.
I have my associates in hospitality management. I'm definitely going back to school to get my bachelor's in hospitality management or management in general. I was really interested in being like in corporate America because like I was like it's super like something that I'm comfortable with talking to people, like, you know, like I might not be organized with some things, but I'm organized when it comes to like, you know, making schedules and payroll and things like that, like things that are like black and white. Like you can't really fuck up a schedule. You can't really fuck up. I mean, you could fuck up payroll because of math, but like, you know, I'm pretty good with math and so my goal was to be like, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to be like the event coordinator on a cruise ship. Like I wanted to coordinate the events on a major cruise liner, like a gay cruise liner, like something like fabulous, like have like a masquerade night and like just like come up with ideas and like be like the brain behind the operations of like the events on a cruise ship. And like I could travel the world and meet so many people.
You still can.
And it would be really good. Yeah. Like I told, like when I go back to school, like it's something I want to look into. Or I wanted to be like a manager, like manage Drag Race girls, like
oh nice,
specifically RuPaul's Drag Race girls. Like I have a lot of friends that that have been on the show, like my Morphine. I know Susie. We're not really that close. I've met Jules Sparkles a few times, and like I just have like so like an idea of like I could see myself like getting them bookings, you know, getting them gigs, making sure they're on the airport on time, making sure that we get the flight, that we're at the place, that they're the music and the what do they want, and like I could see myself doing that, having a lot of fun with doing that, or the cruise ship, or just like being like a PR like manager or something like that, like for like anybody or for like trans people or you know, something like that. Like I want to have my own like business, like my own hospital, like and your mother Athena is somebody that I definitely want to pick her brain because she has her own hospital or not, she has her own management company. I don't know if she still does it. But I know that she has like a website and she had like was like a management company. So like she knows like the process and like what you have to do and what degrees you should have or like licenses or whatever, like the technicality behind that is. But like those are like my goals, some of them, and I really hope that like it could be possible. I don't know. My first step though is going back to school and getting my bachelor's degree in hospitality, and then going from there and like seeing what but right now I'm really content with my job. Like I'm a manager, I'm a leader. All my employees love me. Like the way that my management style is different from like all the other managers. Like I like I'm a firm believer in that like we can have fun at work, but like we can also get our work done and then you guys make your money and then go home and everybody's happy.
100%.
Like but like you respect me. But like like there's a fine line between like, because like I'm very friendly with my staff, but like I can't be too friendly because then they're gonna start crossing boundaries that they shouldn't cross.
Of course.
But I'm getting off topic. But the point to answer your question is that my goals outside of my transition is to be like a manager, a leader. I've always felt like I've had that like in me, like to be a leader, to be like somebody that like, all right, Brianna, like, what do you think we should do? And then I could be like analytical and be like, well, this is what I think you should do. You don't gotta listen to me, but this is what I think. And I just always had that like, I'm very shy, but then I'm also not shy. It's like the weirdest thing, like, because I'm a Gemini, so like, and you're a Gemini too, so like, I can't speak for you, but for me, like, certain days I'll be more outgoing than other days. Like some days I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be social. I just want to crawl into a shell and just be by myself. And then most days I'm like, all right, it's Brianna. Like I'm here. I'm in charge. Like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm gonna tell you the tea. And if you don't like it, oh well. But like it's very like.
Bawdy, so I want to, like, the last question.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I would, like, take a little second, like, with what I'm about to ask you.
All right.
Like, look into the camera. Like, if there's one thing that you can tell, like, little Brianna watching.
All right.
That will save her a lot of grief up until this point where you're at in your life, what would be the best advice that you would give that little girl watching you now and being like, I see it for her, I relate to her. Like, what would that be?
That you should listen to the voice inside your head that says that you're like good enough. That you shouldn't let other people affect your like the way you live your life. Like you just have to be true to who you are and don't let other things and other people sway your mindset, and to stop being a procrastinator. I'm like the worst with procrastination. Like, so don't be a procrastinator. Stop being lazy. Get up, do the damn thing. Don't always say, "Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow." Get up and do it. Just get up and do it, and that's what you need to do, because I've missed a lot of opportunities because of me being lazy, or me not wanting to do it, or me getting so overwhelmed that I just shut down and I don't do it at all. Don't do that. Time management is very important, and just be the doll, be Brianna, be that girl, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're all out of time. Thank you guys so much at home for watching us, for liking, for subscribing. Our little podcast is doing amazing things, and we're able to touch so many people's lives, and that was really the intention of why we started this, and also, of course, to give a voice to our community and let our community speak for ourselves. Thank you. This is our first guest.
I hope to come back.
Kane.
Sorry, I hope to come back, and I just want to say that I'm really, really, really thankful and lucky that I met you and that I know you, and I love you so much, and thank you for having me on the podcast. Hopefully I'll be back soon if y'all like it. Just leave comments, like, subscribe, do all that.
Where can we find you, baby? Do you drop like a shameless tag? What's your IG?
Sure.
What are your socials?
My IG at the Bawdy, TheBawdy, so the Bawdy with 2 Y's. That's all my social media platform, the Bawdy. You can find me at Nathan's, twirling and getting drunk and having fun.
Yes.
Twist, Willie's. I'm always out and about when I'm not working. So
And don't be afraid to tip the body, honey. Tip the girls.
Tip the
Yes,
girls. Tip the
honey.
dolls.
Hello.
I'll be at Villain Theater March 18th for their doll link up. It's this really it's produced by a trans woman. I can never say her name. Ariselita. Shout out to you. She produces this really amazing trans. It's called a doll link up. They do like a drag race viewing party on the Friday. So I'll be there March 18th. I'll be at Double Stubble soon. I was supposed to be there this Thursday, but I had to reschedule because I had to work, unfortunately. But I'll be back there soon. I'll be at Nathan's March 3rd. We're doing a Lady Gaga night. So just come check me out, tip the dolls. And thank you so much for having me again. I really
of course,
am.
Mama. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Talk to
Bye,
you
guys.
soon.
We love you.
Bye.